access the form and its elements in a similar way how you configured, right? In the same way, so no change in that. So that is regular. So there is no change. You need to just define it. So that means what we have to do is here. So if you want to access the details and display the details from the form, so that means I added some so div, and here form details. Here I entered details, and here I'm using a data list, data term, so name. And how do we collect the name? So this is same FRM register dot value dot. So we need to configure the name property here. So rest of things are similar, no change in that. That means here I want to collect the name, and I'm entering that. It will get that name and display. That is nothing change. So rest of accessing it is same, no change in that. So suppose I want to access the price. So price, and here we are configuring FRM register dot value dot price. And here we want the city, so city, and here we have FRM register dot value in that FRM details dot city. So we need to access that. And similarly, another data term, this is for stock, and same, so data definition. So this is FRM register dot value dot FRM details dot in stock is equal to true. Then question mark available, otherwise out of stock. So that's how we configured some definition. So let's run this and see. So here I'm accessing all the details, and I'm entering here. So name, and here this price, and here in stock we are configuring that available or out of stock. It's same. So it's working fine, similar how we configure. Just configuring the form is important, and we need to know the situation when to configure that particular form, right? How do we configure and use the forms? So this is a form builder. So we have a form builder. Another important is how we can add the controls dynamically into the form. Why we need to add the controls dynamically into the form? Technically, adding controls into the form, removing the controls from the form is also dynamically required. And that can be done by using a form array. So we can do that by using a form array. So an example for this is, so we are creating form builder demo.component.ts, and into that, so we are injecting it. So this is injecting. So this is injecting into it. This is unnecessary, right? Yeah, we are injecting into it, and in the component form builder demo.component.html. So we are binding and dynamically accessing the values, and that is also simple. The same approach how we done for the previous, but here the creating of form doesn't require to allocate memory newly every time. For the form group or form, it doesn't require to allocate new memory every time, which we have done in our previous approach. Now another advantage is, so it will provide a form control. So, and it will provide a form array form array and form controls. So allows us, here we are using only form group. There is other options, control and array. By using form array, we can dynamically add the controls. So that means form array is another important, and form array and form control. Form controls are very important. Technically, form array allows you to add the form array allows to add or remove controls dynamically. You can add controls and remove controls dynamically. So it uses form builder. So it uses form builder method array. It uses the form builder method array. So which dynamically adds and configures the controls. So what you can do is you can use array functions to add or remove elements into form array. You can use array functions to add remove elements into form array. So which includes like you can use shift, you can use pop, right? You can use unshift. You can use like push. All these are the array functions which you can use. So that means we need dynamically. Generally, how we do that actually means syntactically how we can add that. So this dot form array. So we create a form array. Into that you can push this dot form builder fb dot control. You can push a new control into it like this. So why we need and how do we remove? Removing means this dot form array dot remove at index number. You can remove at that specific index number. Remove it allows you to remove that index number. Generally, form arrays and form controls are used when you are dynamically adding the forms and controls into the form and removing. Generally, why we need to dynamically add and remove controls into the form, you regularly know that. So technically, for example, we are building a form, we are designing a form. In the form, we are mentioning some details in the form. Suppose we are asking like what details you need to enter, additional details. For example, so I given here a simple checkbox. So this is a checkbox is having some Indian resident, and if I select India resident, then some other details will come for Indian resident. If he is not an Indian resident, then these details need not to be filled. That means now this part of the form should be added only when he belongs to that category. Otherwise, they must be removed from that location. That means this portion we need to add or we need to remove according to the user's selection dynamically. Dynamically, we need to create controls also. For example, say we said upload photo. When we say upload photo, usually we given a box so that browse button so that he can upload photo. Upload photo. But he wants to upload more photos, then we generally give add more button. When he clicks add more button, one more box will come. He clicks add more button, one more box will come. That means few more controls are being created dynamically. How you can generate the controls dynamically and add the controls to the form when he wants those controls? This is the intention of form array. The main intention of form array to dynamically add and remove the controls. It requires a simple approach. So how we can add or remove controls. So let's see. one simple option